questions to answer. A report from her own city administrative official shows they spent $418 million for homelessness a year. But just 10%, only 10%, went to getting people off the streets. Now, how does that happen? CNN asked her, and she had a bizarre assertion.
When you talked to Jake Tapper in 2023, you said that your goal was to end street homelessness in LA by 2026. It's now 2026.
And we haven't ended it.
We have not ended it, and we're not close to ending it. How are you so off?
I found something that surprised me. I found a lot of people who work internal in the system who were very resistant to ending street homelessness.
Who are those people? Well, meanwhile, Spencer Pratt is surging. A new poll has him narrowly leading Karen Bass, and now CNN is noticing.
His chances are up significantly over the last few months. You know, you go back a few months ago, February 26th, he had just a 7% chance. What is that? That's 5 plus 2. Now, it's up like a rocket. Look, chances are he still won't be the next mayor of Los Angeles, but there's a pretty decent chance of it. It's now up over a quarter, 27% chance. So those who dismiss Pratt's chances, well, you got another thing coming, because he's got a realistic shot of winning this thing.
Now, I had the opportunity to sit down with Spencer Pratt, and while he was with me, he learned in real time that California Governor Gavin Newsom had endorsed Karen Bass's re-election campaign. Here's my exclusive interview with Los Angeles mayor candidate Spencer Pratt. Let's bring in LA mayor candidate Spencer Pratt. Spencer, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's an honor, truly. I wanted to start by asking you about Gavin Newsom, who has chosen to endorse Karen Bass, citing an 18% decline in homelessness, dropping violent crime, and a stellar record, I guess, in the eyes of Newsom.
That must be breaking news, because I had not heard that. But it's not shocking, because they're alleged criminal partners. Not only did they work together in their negligence in burning down 7,000 houses and 12 people alive, but they're both complicit in laundering $24 billion to actually increase homelessness. Newsom and Karen Bass make up stats. Those are not real numbers. Anybody with eyeballs in the state of California or Los Angeles knows that there has not been a reduction in one homeless person. Actually, there's been an increase of naked drug addict zombies in front of every kid's playground, every kid's school, every coffee shop. So that is, of course, because they both should be in jail together for their. I personally believe what they did to the Palisades is criminal negligence. So they need to cover for each other, so they don't end up in jail for letting 12 people burn alive from their negligence.
Yeah, other real numbers, and this comes from the chief auditor. It's the financial watchdog for the mayor. The city administrative officer said $418 million has been spent on homelessness per year. Only 10% of that went to getting people permanently off the streets. And a watchdog says we can't even begin to calculate the total fraud in Karen Bass's homeless program. Are you committed to rooting fraud out of the system?
Let's go back to these numbers. You know, they just pick a day and they have volunteers and they drive around and they go 1, 2, 3. It's insane. Even that number is made up. The Rand Corporation says that even they're not accurate number is 30% higher than that fake number. And again, why I will be one of the most successful mayors in the history of the country is because I'm going to have full accountability and transparency for every dollar of our tax money, not just in this homeless industrial complex scam, but in the police department, in the fire department, in transportation. We know where all of our tax money is going, and not confusing dashboards on .gov where you need to be an accountant and a forensic investigator to even know what they're saying. These need to be very easy to read. High school kids should be able to log on and know where their parents' money is going, and they should be able to catch it themselves. If there's failure in the city and waste, I would like high school kids to be able to say, it's that much money for this refrigerator at the fire station? That refrigerator at Costco is a third of that. Yeah. That's the Los Angeles that I will be creating.
Yeah, I think Los Angeles a lot of people hope for. There was something really bizarre that Karen Bass said in a CNN interview. She said the reason she didn't root out homelessness 100% is because she found something that surprised her. She found people internal in the system that are very resistant to ending homelessness. What does that even mean? Have you heard of this?
I have not heard, but she's connected to, obviously, a mafia-like organization. The NGOs that are stealing billions of our tax money to increase drug addicts naked on our sidewalks. she's complicit. These are her associates. She's in emails with the same people that have Department of Justice investigations right now against them. So I believe maybe that's the only honest thing she's ever said, in the fact that, yes, they're all criminals. So maybe criminals are resistant to stopping the crime because they're profiting off of these poor souls that the mayor and these NGOs let 7 of them die on the sidewalk a day in their own feces. So yeah, these people are evil.
Absolutely. I mean, it is evil to allow that to happen. You've been very vocal on Skid Row dogs. It appears there are people injecting dogs on Skid Row. What is going on?
It's so disgusting that even testing your drugs on a dog is the least of the worst of what these demons are doing to these poor animals. They're lighting them on fire. They're raping these dogs. They're abusing them. They're breeding them to the point that they die because they've been so overbred. And it's not just the animals on Skid Row. We have a LA City shelter system that is supposed to be a no-kill shelter that's killing thousands of dogs also because it's underfunded and it doesn't have the people that need to be running it.
The images are astonishing. What do you hear from moms? You know, I'm a mom. I hope to one day take my kids to LA and be able to walk around with them and show them this beautiful city. What do you hear in the trail from moms?
Yeah, I keep saying I become the mayor because of moms. Moms are getting me elected. Moms do not feel safe in Los Angeles. Not just feel safe, they are not safe. Nobody's safe really in LA unless you're the drug dealer. The drug dealers and the people giving them the needles, the city, our taxpayer money, the needle givers, they're safe. The meth pipe givers, they're safe. Everyone else is not safe in Los Angeles. So moms are getting me elected because I'm saying, oh, as mayor, I'm going to enforce the law and make sure moms and kids can use their parks again. They can go to school without encampments with drug dealing and naked drug addicts having sex in front of these schools on the sidewalk. I'm stopping this because it's illegal. All these things are illegal. I'm just going to be the mayor that comes in and says, hey, everybody, the law's back. The laws that all exist, these incredible laws that our incredible Democrats voted for, I'm going to enforce them for everybody as mayor. And if my LAPD chief that I put in doesn't do that, we'll get a new LAPD chief. And if anybody at the LAPD doesn't want to enforce the law, we'll get new officers. We are going to make sure that moms feel safe in Los Angeles. That is my #1 priority of 8 years of being mayor, is to make LA the safest city in the country.
You've been very vocal about your faith, and you said that you prayed to Jesus Christ before you decided to run. You were praying to God before the debate. Tell me about how your faith has informed this.
Well, thankfully, I married an angel who was very connected with Jesus and has brought me to the light. You know, I was always not so bright in the light on the Lord's path here. And thankfully, my wife has always just been so connected with Jesus and God and been like, Spencer, if this is God's plan, then it will be. And if not, then it won't. Then come home and help me with the kids.
Yeah.
So it's been very empowering to just pray and just be on this path and just say, God, if you want me to save these animals, save these humans, and protect my city, just keep putting me in the place where I can do that. And if it's not God's plan, it won't happen, and I won't have that pressure and that burden on my heart that I now feel because I am so close to being able to do it. And if that's not the plan, I won't feel that anymore. So that will be a blessing also. But going into the debate, I was very nervous because, again, I've never been a politician. I've never done a debate, and I've never argued with 2 lying demons live on TV. In a political setting.
Yeah.
Technically, maybe in my past reality TV career, we could say that happened before. But I just said, God, if you want this for me, please just have me destroy them live on TV. And I walked off that stage, and this young high school kid came right up to me and he said, thank you, sir, for being the only one that told the truth up there on the stage. And for me, when I set out on this mission, it was just to get the truth at the highest platform I could. That's all I ever thought I was going to be able to do. Obviously, I know what needs to be done, but if it was only to expose the lies and the corruption of our beautiful city, I would have been fine if that was God's plan. But it seems like God has me going all the way in 5 days if everyone just turns in their ballots right now and votes.
God is clearly guiding your path. I agree. Heidi is an absolute angel. I'm a big fan of hers. And final question for you. You know, here in New York City, Zoran Mamdani was proud. He got the Knicks there to the NBA Finals in his first year. Do you think you can get LA to the finals in your first year?
You know, for the championship for me as mayor is making the streets safe. That's all the medals the city needs right now. That's great with sports, but right now people are dying on the sidewalk. Moms aren't feeling safe. Sports are cool, but I'm so about making the city safe that the championship will be moms getting to go back to the park.
Love that.
Stroller.
Love that. That's the true championship.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Spencer Pratt. What an honor. Coming up, will New York City Mayor